But let's waste no time here. We'll jump into the biggest news of the week. Paulie Malignaggi, Conor McGregor beef. What's your reaction to the photo being released and all the drama that's unfolded? And if you could, tell us how this all relates to training partner etiquette in your opinion.
Oh man, it's like I don't know. It's I have a very simple rule. I don't believe what I read on the internet. It always starts out with that. I never read something and right away think. I always think it will be a lie, and from there on, I'm going to start investigating to get more articles and then see if it's actually true or not. Not just reading one, and you have to do that as a reporter. I wish that fans would do that as well, because sometimes they read a headline, "Oh, Bas Rutten chooses so-and-so to win the fight." They say, that's not true. And I say, did you listen to it?
All right.
Listen to it, what I said, because I say something completely different. I think that person just made that headline to attract people, but just listen to the interview. So with Paulie and everybody, Paulie's a really nice guy, and Malignaggi, he's also the broadcast partner for Mauro Ranello at Showtime Boxing, and they were talking about it already, and apparently, he didn't get paid, and there was something going on. I have no clue, and because I have no clue, I don't want to be in the middle of it, but what I do know is that, I think McGregor, and I love to say this, is going to knock him out within 4 rounds, and people go, why? I said, because he said so. And he's been on the money so many times now. You can't go against McGregor anymore. There's so much pressure on Mayweather. I mean, the 50-0, every single person will tell him how great, how easy this fight is going to be. The guy never boxed a professional fight in his life. And now you're going to box that guy. It's going to be easy. And as a fighter, you do not want to hear that. The worst thing is that everybody automatically assumes you're going to... It's like fighting a girl for a guy. You can never win. And against McGregor, he can't really win. If he wins, he beats the guy who fought his first pro boxing match. If he loses, that's his legacy, is down the drain. And everybody says, he doesn't care about that. He only cares about money. I guarantee you, we all are, man. All the fighters, we got some egos. And we would like to go down in history as a really good guy. And then if he loses to somebody who never professionally boxed, that's going to give him a lot of pressure. Then let's talk about the fact that he's a southpaw. Then let's talk about the long reach that McGregor has and his awkward stance. His movement is different. Everything is a little different. If you spar, every professional fighter will tell you, if they spar with new guys, they all get injured. Every time they get injured, because they don't fight according to the rules yet. And there's a certain set of rules in boxing that we don't know, but you automatically abide by them. And the people who break it, the mold, are people who are creative. You see this in mixed martial arts also, Sakuraba or whatever. If you start getting creative and do different than other people, that's what I always tell my students, you're going to be successful because they're not used to it yet. And that's what I think he's going to have a problem with Mayweather. Now, of course, I understand. He's the best defensive boxer on the planet. I know all that. And he's the best gifted boxer. He is. He's way better. But just because McGregor said it, I'm going to go for McGregor, man. I want to root for him.
Absolutely. I think the majority of the MMA community wants to root for him as well, not to mention all the controversy with Floyd and his history with domestic violence. I think a lot of guys are, against him just for that alone. But with Paulie, he seems to have kind of gone off the rails with all this stuff, and I think a lot of people are starting to think that he's attempting to set up his own fight with McGregor next. I'm wondering, do you see that as a possibility?
I don't know, he just retired, but this might pull him back then, of course. I don't know. I don't know what his thing is there. Listen, if I would be, okay, it started out, for what I understand, it started out that Paulie said some harsh words about McGregor. And then suddenly he gets invited to the McGregor camp, and if he wanted to spar with him. And apparently that didn't go well. Now, when he came back, he was actually raving about it. He says, well, there's a method to the madness. And I saw that interview from him, and I think that he's going to do much better than we all think he's going to do. And then 2 weeks further, suddenly we have this whole thing going on, this commotion. So I don't know what it is. Maybe the check didn't arrive, and that's why he's coming. He starts complaining now that he doesn't, that he's not taken care of, and that's why he starts. So once a feud is there and things like that happen, I don't know who's right and who's wrong. Like a picture when he lays on the ground doesn't say anything. He can just lay there and relax. It's all taken out of context. Before you know it, I tell my daughters, I tell everybody, You have to understand both parties first before you can make a decision, say something. I burnt myself so many times with it because I listened to one person. He was so convincing, and then I realized he was just lying to me. So yeah, I don't know.
I agree. There's two sides to every story. Until this whole thing completely unfolds, it's really tough to speculate. But the media's having a field day with it. Fans are having a field day with it. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. But just to stay on this, the Maymac, just for one more moment here, I think the majority of us we're really anticipating the promotion of this fight, and we thought it would be the best part. Mixed reviews thus far. Give us your opinion on the World Tour. What were your big takeaways from that, if you got to see it all, and thoughts on the drama of it?
I just saw a little clip here and there, and it's if you know McGregor, he knows that he just controls it. He's a very smart individual, knows exactly what to say, how to say it. Don't use too much foul language. So that I really enjoy that also, because you don't need to do that in every freaking sentence. Some people, they keep doing it, and they think the more they throw a profanity, the more people think that they're cool or something. I have no clue how that works in the mind of somebody. But, once in a while, throwing one in there, that is much more powerful than doing it all the time. And he knows that. He understands it. He's also very smart. Every time when he talks, it's not the same story he says. If you read an interview with me from 10 years ago and you ask me one question you're asking me now, I'm probably going to say about the same answer. McGregor doesn't have that. McGregor can make the same story, but he completely flips it somehow. It's a gift. Like Mauro Ranallo has a gift like that as well. They just look at the story and they can make their own story. They can edit it while they're speaking. It's unbelievable. And that just by itself, I think is going to gather a lot of people. I think a lot of people are going to watch. I said 5.5 million pay-per-view buys. Everybody said I was nuts because 4.6 was Mayweather Pac-Man. And but now people already say, yeah, it might go over 5 million. So I won. I don't know what's going to happen.